Here we go with diary number 3. Today's the 31st of August and I'm currently in a youth hostel. I'm on the road, we've moved out our house and we are of no fixed abode for the foreseeable. So you'll see a few different backdrops going forward, and this is the first of that. So yeah, a lot of change, internally change and external change. Our world, our life is being completely turned inside out. It's being shuggled up, as we would say in Scotland. It's being shuggled about, and wow. The truth is what is wanting to emerge and spring forth, and all the dregs and everything that doesn't align with that truth is being asked to move on, be recycled, be let go of, transform, transmute. It's really amazing, and we are surrendering and trusting the process. We know it's our soul path to do that, and it's our soul path to share it as well, as we go through it. And so yeah, just get to it really. Last weekend I had my first session with Erica, last Saturday, and there's been a lot to process since that. It was quite different to what I expected, in a good way, and it's given me a lot of new things to digest and a lot of new things to take on board about myself, and accept and get familiar with and just integrate. So yeah, where to go? So I guess my my initial intention or desire for the session was a hope that she would be able to help me unpack my past, and my previous involvement in the programs, kind of from childhood, and just things that I know I've been involved in but don't have a super clear recall of. But instead of it being about that, it was very much more on the present moment of who I am now, of my energy field now, of what I'm involved in currently, which makes sense. It makes sense that that's what Erica would read from me, because that's what I'm turning up with. Even though in my own process I'm digesting and processing a lot of the energy of the past, what Erica could experience from me in the present moment is what we talked about, and what she was able to shine a light on and help me see more of. So yes, it was interesting. It was interesting. It was where to start? Well, she was able to confirm that I am involved in programs. She was able to give names to some of those programs. Some of them being sort of an assassin program called Pink Mist. Hadn't heard of that one. And it's kind of disgusting, but Wilson figured out what that name is likely to mean. If you're a long-range shooter, shooting somebody from a long distance, what you see when you shoot them is their blood spurting out like a pink mist. It makes me feel really sick to visualize that and realize that that's something that I do. that's how I feel about it. It's hard to accept, even though I know that I've said it in previous videos. It's something I've not understood, why I have an instinct for in this life. It's, you know, so to actually get some confirmation that that is real, and to put a name, so hard, but that's why I'm doing these videos, because I have to document my process of coming to terms with this, because it's real, and we have to face it, and we have to somehow come to terms with ourselves and the organisations that we're part of beyond the veil, in other areas of life, in other dimensions, as other aspects of ourselves. And even though, say, that is part of my consciousness taken from me and put into a clone of myself or a different body, I consider that that is still me doing those things. And as challenging as it is to face, I really have to, and I want to face it. That's why I wanted a session with Erica in the first place. I knew there was going to be some hard truths to face. I knew it, but I wanted it, because like I also said before, how can I own it, come to terms with it, and also have any kind of sense of closure with that whole experience, one way or another. So it's good to demystify it. Oh fuck. It's good to just face it. So that was one, I suppose. That's quite a big one. I have a lot of emotion around that to process still. So yeah, an assassin in Pink Mist. She also could see that I am an operative in the CIA, in national security. What else did she say? Something called the Umbrella Group, which is an experimental government program to do with interspecies relations. Like, that kind of makes sense to me. I have yeah, I'm gonna feel into that one more. We've just moved house in between having the session with Erica, so I haven't had time to fully travel into every single one of these bits of information that I've got now, but I will. And she said there was a television series, I think it's in America, don't know if I can see it, but something called the Umbrella Group or something like that, which is one of these soft disclosure, or maybe not even so soft disclosure, public shows, but it is actually what's going on somewhere else to do with different species. I don't even know the flavour of it, to be honest, but I'm saying it just so it's out there, it's in my awareness. What else did she pick up on? And exactly. Excuse me a wee minute. Hang on. Just need to wipe my nose after that. Hang on a sec. Homeland Security, or something called Corporation Shoreline, which is where they use intuitive empaths. Again, I believe that's for engaging with different species. A secret government operation. She also mentioned, which was really a surprise to me, that I am part of Solar Warden. So yes, it does make a certain sense, but I just never in my wildest dreams imagined that I was playing a part in Solar Warden. And I have to admit, even though it's so stupid, I had held the belief that Solar Warden was mostly men, and also mostly American government program with men. But that belief's being shot out the water. So I've been coming to terms with how stupid that belief I've had is. It's not founded on anything real, but I've just had it. And that, okay, I am actually participating in that program as well. And we journeyed into that a bit as well. We journeyed into my kind of solar energy, my solar lion energy, where my soul comes from, or at least where it first incarnated into when I arrived here. So there was a whole journey through the process of the pathway of my soul through different star systems and through different groups, and that was really interesting. A bit of my star heritage, I suppose, was also what we talked about, and that was really lovely. That was really heartening. It's crazy how little I remember of that. So it was like, well, it's been coming back. It has been coming back more this past year, but as I've come out of these covert programs, funnily enough, and returned to more of a soul-centered way of being, I've had lots of different experiences and memories and beings coming back to me that are clearly part of my soul family, part of my star family. So yes, also realizing that I'm part of Solar Warden, which is fascinating. What can I say about that? Yeah, we also realized, because I'd had a dream, she asked me if I'd had a dream about being on a craft or having my own craft or something like that, and I had done like 2 or 3 nights before the session. I had a dream, although it's not really a dream, but I'd had an experience of myself being on a craft, being on the deck, and there being a big bay window in front of me, and planet Earth there in front through the glass, and there was lots of other species. It was a mixture of beings that was in this crew, and we were all in a kind of uniform together. It was peaceful, it was serious, it was peaceful, it was important, and lots of beings were coming to me and asking me questions and whatever it was, I had some important decisions to make. It was landing on me to make some important decisions in that environment. And so we journeyed into that a bit, and she asked me a few questions, and sort of came to realise that it's quite likely that that was my craft. I was the captain, I was the admiral, the lead on that craft. It's positioned somewhere near the Earth. Currently, this is like simultaneous to me being on the ground. All these experiences, all these involvements in different programs and in different parts of space, they're all happening simultaneous to me being Susie here talking to you on the ground on Earth. It's fascinating. So it was very awareness expanding is probably the best way to describe the process I've had this past week. And I found it quite ironic because it's taken me ages to accept that I've been part of like dark military programs, And then I have to now accept that I've been, and I am involved in a bunch of like white or light military programs in space. That's a challenge to me as well, in a totally different way. It's like, oh man, I have to accept that I'm on both sides. I have to accept that I'm playing roles and participating on both the light and the dark sides of wow, space involvement. It's quite a lot to take in. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite a lot to take in, but the beauty of it is, like I just said, it's making me expand my awareness and also expand my beliefs. I have to like stretch out my beliefs about myself and about who I am and what I'm doing and, what that all means. And who I really am, you know? I'm having to like really question that and stretch out my beliefs way bigger than they have been. It's been a gradual process of moving beyond my limitations and self-imposed limitations and whatever, programming and this and that, but it's great. It's challenging, but it's great to try and believe all this is, or know all this is possible, know that it's happening. There's so much more happening than we're aware of. We're up to so much more than we're aware of. And personally, the thing that, this kind of beautiful challenge and paradox is that I now need to accept and love the fact that I'm somehow involved in a bit of everything. In a little bit of everything. Erica was also, she acknowledged that I've had a really intense time of it with military abductions in the past. I've been involved in a lot of the really heavy and dark stuff, even though we didn't go into the details. She could just tell and acknowledge that it's a family thing, and that my parents have been my handlers, and she was able to affirm a lot of the things I've been coming to see myself, and it was very helpful to have that affirmed, even though I know it's true already. It's like, somehow it's just like, thank you. I needed the reflection. I needed someone else to see me. It was really beneficial, and I feel like I know Erica out there in some capacity as well. So on a personal level, it was lovely to connect with her. And sorry, I thought I hadn't hit record. I have. It was lovely to connect with her and just have that more expanded awareness of my life and my role and my purpose here. So emotionally there's a lot to take in from this hour session that we had together, and I can't process it all. I can't, but I wanted to at least come on and do the diary of where I'm at right now with this, and I will continue to process it all. I wonder what else I need to really say about it. I think the main thing for me personally is, like spiritually, is that even though a lot of these abductions were done covertly or with implied consent rather than explicit consent on my part, and it also seems like different ET races have a different sense of what consent is, what it means. So it's about not being a victim to the whole experience. That's what this is really about for me, because yes, I mean, I was taken and used very young, from a very young age, and apparently they do already know so much about your soul signature and the wounds you carry and your strengths and abilities that they manage to map out who you are before you even are born. You know, before you've even had a chance, they've already like tagged you. They know you, they know what you're coming in with, and they know how to exploit you and use you and manipulate you, both your strengths and your vulnerabilities. It's like, it's bravo to the evil, it's bravo to the forces of limitation and challenge, because they have done a very focused job on me for a very long time. A very focused and committed and skilled job in using and exploiting me, working my wounds, playing people off against me, getting me to like harm myself. It's like, ooh, there's been so much to it over such a long period of time, and to see it all now more for what it all is, and to be at this place where I'm ready to own it. That's what I want. I don't just want to like expose it and go, ah, you big baddies, look at what you've done. No, it's about seeing the full picture, and about acknowledging every part of it, the good, the bad, everything in between, for what it really is, which is soul contracts and agreements for us to play different roles for each other, for, well, why? For the experience, yeah, a lot of which has been pain and suffering, but it's in the longer term, it's turning that into wisdom and strength, and harvesting that for yourself instead of being harvested. It's like gathering all the experience that you've had in all these different ways, in all these different places and states of being, and harvesting that back into yourself with a kind of love and an awareness that you've chosen it, that it's not happened to you, it's happened for you. Very different. It's happened for you, and you signed up for it before you got here. You actually asked all these forces to play these roles for you and to do these things to you, in all the fucking weird and wonderful and disgusting things that have happened. You've even asked for that to happen to yourself. You've chosen that for yourself. I've chosen that for myself. That's a massive deal. It's a massive deal, and it's massively important to let that reality, let that truth come home and sink into my heart and into my essence of myself, because then I'm completing the experience. Then I'm owning it and making it whole. It's about, not being a victim of everything that's happened, no matter how crazy it is, and no matter how crazy it still is, because apparently I am still being abducted, just not by the negative military and that faction of ETs and stuff, more so for the white hats. And I need to work out. I have such mixed feelings about all this. I really do, and it's just so interesting with all this disclosure that is going on and that we're part of, and this whole sharing with you is part of. I'm having my personal disclosure process in my life, and it's part of this collective disclosure experience that we're having. It's part of our evolution process that we're part of, and if we can do it ourselves, we don't need any external force or government to begin the disclosure process and introduce some sort of fake version of ET contact. That's going to be a whole different challenge all of its own. I think the best thing we can do is to come to terms with it ourselves now and start working through our traumas and fears and all the layers of kind of maybe injury, even wounding, illness. And apparently I have quite a lot of implants in me now. I need to do a heavy metal detox. It's taken its toll on my physical body as well as my mind, my emotions and my spirit. You know, it takes its toll being used and being put into all these different environments and being trained, and you're basically living multiple lives at once while still on the ground in your own life trying to do all the day-to-day stuff. It's really a lot. It's a lot. Oh, it's epic, but it just shows us how big we truly are and how powerful we truly are and how like magnanimous we are as a species and as a being to be able to be used in so many different ways. It actually shows our amazing range of skills and abilities, inherent natural skills and abilities. Basically, we need to reclaim our natural skills and abilities and from these programs, but just in our daily life. Why should all our best skills and abilities be used by other people and other beings for other agendas? Why should that be? Why should we allow that? We shouldn't. And the more we can come back to ourselves and own ourselves, the less they can take advantage of us, because it's about frequency as well. So that was another lesson in the conversation. The stronger and more powerful we are in our being, what we emanate basically gives off a signal to other beings on how they can and cannot interact with us. It's energetic. It is what we say, but primarily it's energetic. So if we are living our truth, if we're living from the heart, if we're strong and in a true sense of who we are, if we're not full of wounds and full of different holes, which just attracts beings to it, because it's giving out a message, it's giving out a certain campaign that other beings are attracted to. So it's really, really important that we address our emotional wounds, the subconscious material in us, because it's all contributing to our frequency, and our frequency is our broadcasting signal to the planet, to everyone on the planet, inside the planet, and to beings in space. It broadcasts who we are, and it goes beyond any language barrier because it's energetic. All beings read and receive and process energy frequencies, energy signatures. It's almost the first thing that you experience beyond personality, beyond ego construct. It's the emanation, right? It's the energy of someone or something. That's the first thing that you encounter and experience. And so the more we can come back to ourselves, own our lives, own all our stuff, sort out our victimhood, then we automatically limit the access that other beings have to us, because they only can be attracted and work with us in certain frequency bandwidths. And that's what has helped me get out of my relationships in the more dark military government programs is changing my inner world. I've changed my emotions. I've really dealt with a lot of my own stuff, and it's gradually helped unpick me, untangle me from these really distorted relationships that I've been in. Yeah, important to mention that. So our frequency as well, on the more like positive side, if you like, I would say one more thing about frequency is because I'm consciously intending for my soul to be embodied in me. This is part of a spiritual practice that I do it daily. I guess it's a meditation. It's just getting myself aligned with my soul so that I'm not stuck in my mind or distracted, you know. I want to be living my authentic truth from my heart, my soul. So I make sure that that's what I tune into, and that's what I activate. I activate in myself. And I mean, it comes and goes during the day. It doesn't mean I'm just there all day. I have to keep doing it. Yes, and also what I'm having experiences with, which I think are with Star Family and Soul Family, is when I do embody my soul essence, and this is especially at night, sorry, it's battery, when I do embody my soul essence, I'm able to travel into space and meet with different friends and family of mine that are sharing a similar frequency, and they tell me things about myself. But it's only when I'm in that heart soul energy, that frequency, that bandwidth, that's where they are. And they told me lately that my frequency, when I'm in that heart soul space, my frequency opens creation. It's a very beautiful message. Very beautiful message. And that's completely natural, is completely free from all this distorted interference and political involvement in space. This is just natural, multi-dimensional, natural relationships with my natural kin, with my heart and soul family. And I think that is also what people call Starseed awakening. It's not something I've talked about much yet, but I want to. So I will talk about that again at some point soon. So just to, let you all know that's kind of where I'm at in my process with my SSP remembering, my SSP awakening, my spiritual and soul awakening process. And I will keep in touch. I will do another one. I will keep processing all of this and being as honest and real with myself as I can be. And I'll share that with you. Okay, bye for now everyone, bye.